What's up, in this Louis Say with your legs media? Today it's a full day, full day. A lot of racing going on. We had the Giro d'Italia for the men started. We got the last two stages of the La Volta Feminine happening. That's exciting. And then we also got a race, what is called the can't remember the name of the race, but because it's a new race to me, so I haven't seen it before. But before we get into all that, remember, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you for doing that. And then we're gonna get into this video because we got a lot of stuff happening. So what was that race? That race was the Tour de Finisterre. The Tour de Finisterre. And we're gonna get into that race in a little bit. So we're gonna start things off with and we start things off on the last lap. So we're going to start things off on the last lap. So they basically, this is the course. This is what the course looks like. They did this big climb, and it's like all of the sprinters got over this climb because the climb wasn't that hard. It was just long. But the last two climbs were short, sharp, and steep. And as you can see, track go to the front and really put the pressure on. So like you got Caden Groves right here, pressure was on, getting dropped off the back. Like this is the second time up, so it was looking like because he was managed. This is the second time up the climb that they did twice, so he managed to make it up the first time, and it was like, oh, okay, looked like he might be in there for the chance, but track was just putting it down. But then you're going to have Mads Peterson, who's sitting about, I think he's sitting second wheel. Is that Giccone is on the front? Giulio Giccone, he's not on the front as yet, but Giulio Giccone is going to go to the front in a minute, and he's going to up the pace anymore. And then you're just showing Caden Groves that's literally going off the back. And track has really putting the smackdown. Walt Van Aert is sitting pretty far back. You got Primoz Roglic right up there. You got Michael Storer still in there. Egan Bernal. Who else is in there? Tom Pidcock is just that. So Michael Storer, I was just hoping he would stay so he could still be in contact, and he did that. So this climb, how long is this climb? Let's see how long this climb was. It's going to tell me how long the climb is. So the climb is 7 kilometers and is at 4.5% averages, but it has some really steep pitches in there. And right about now, what's going on right about now? So Matt is looking back. Giulio Cecchino is just coming off the front. Well, he's still on the front, but no, he's not on the front. His other guys on the front, but they're looking back to see the damage that's caused, and they see that it's all spread out. Now, I was thinking like maybe Tom Pidcock could go to the front and take care of the business, do his thing on the descent. But unfortunately, this is not the type of descent where Pidcock could do some damage because the straights were too long, and it needs to be sharp and technical in order for Pidcock to really hurt people and get rid of people. But that wasn't going to happen. Nairo Quintana is still in the in the in the group and stuff. So all of the climber guys that they were there. But the crazy thing is, Mads Peterson is only there because it's only like it's a short climb. It's a short-ish climb. It's saying 7K. That can't be 7K. So I think it was a whole lot shorter. It might have been, but it was a tough climb. Yeah, it was 7K. It was a tough climb, and they just really put the hurt on a lot of sprinters. They just killed the dreams of a lot of sprinters. Just like within the last couple of kilometers, it's like 6 kilometers to go, and then we're gonna see it's about, I don't know, 2 kilometers to go, and this nasty crash, man. I mean, that was not nice. I mean, they hit like that pole, and it just wasn't nice. Mikel Landa looked like he's going to be out of the race, but then we come down to the sprint. The track guys are still trying to hold it in together. So Mads Peterson is second wheel to his guy, and this guy is just like just keeping him at the front, making sure the pace stays high. You see Roglic is on the right trying to do his thing, and then they're going to take this last corner, and then that last corner is right there. Walt went out, made his way up to the front. Walt was actually getting dropped on the climb, but he was able to keep his composure. So he was at the front, and then he just dropped back to the back so he wouldn't get dropped. But then it came down to the sprint. Mads guy is leading it out, and as you can see, Mads guy is going to come up the front and say, Mads, is all up to you. He goes, and then Mads just puts it down. Walt is on the wheel, and Pidcock was in the wheels as well. I thought Pidcock was going to be able to come from out, but he wasn't able to. Mads is going, and Mads and Walt were definitely the stronger of the sprinter guys. And Mads and Walt just missed out on the sprint, and that's how the sprint finished. And Mads Peterson wins the day. Walt Van Aert gets second place. And is that from Movistar? Olis Alua from Movistar takes third, and he had Francisco Basato comes in fourth, and Thomas Pitcock in fifth. So that was your top five, and all of the main players were in there. So all of the climber guys that are going to be in contention for like the up and coming stages were still in there. So it was an exciting day. It's super exciting, and then that's how the men's first stage of the Giro d'Italia went. This is what the stage looks like for tomorrow. So it's a time trial stage. So I don't know, because you got Primoz Roglic, Wout van Aert, you got some really strong time trialists in there that are still up there with Matt Peterson. So he's only got like a 10-second lead. I don't know. That's going to be tough for him to hold that 10 seconds against someone like Primoz Roglic. We will see. We'll see how he does. We'll see if he can hold on to that pink jersey. If he holds on to that pink jersey, you know it is. So today, here's what Matt Peterson did. He just said it with his legs. Enough said. So we're going to get into the Volta a España, and we're going to basically we're just going to just dive right into the last corner. And as you can see in the sprint, Misha leads the sprinter from such a long way away. I mean, a long way away. She basically went from that corner. We're gonna show you again. So this was like the last corner, and then when, as you can see, you had the Visma Lisa rider on the front. Like, looks like she's perfect, but it's just too early because it's 200 kilometers. But she just did not have the to match Misha and Voss, Mariana Voss. So once Mariana Voss and Misha it was just all over. No one else was even coming close to them. And Misha was dying. She was dying, and then Voss got to the front, and it looked like Voss is going to be the clear winner. But Misha sort of came back just a little bit, just enough, where Voss only won by like just the slightest. Like as you can see in the photo finish, it was really close. So you can see from the other hand, you still can't even tell from the other hand, because it looks like Misha actually was coming around and pretty much won. But it was a really good race. The ladies like battled through the whole day, and it was a good race to see. And they got one more day tomorrow, and then tomorrow's stage. This is what tomorrow's stage looks like. It's a beast. Tomorrow's stage is a beast. It's going to be tough, and some time will get gained, but lots of time will be lost tomorrow. Anyway, that's how the lady Giro d'Italia went down. So there was a moment today. I put it on Instagram, and it's got over 5,000 views already on Instagram. Where there's this whole thing about kits and everything. All the kits that they wear are made for like to save watts because they fit so closely. But I'm just like, the joke was like, it's so hard for the girls to get the rain stuff off. How much watts was wasted in getting all the watts that were gained in order to, like, just from wearing the jacket? It was probably, you lost every single piece of wattage that you got, plus some, just to battle, and just to battle to get the jacket off. There you go. She's gonna get it, so she's helping. And the girl was like, "Oh, wait, she would have pulled it. She probably would have pulled her off the bike, but she waited, and then there you go. They got it off." So this is the Tour de Finistère, and this is a series of races that they put over. That's been going on all week, and there's another race tomorrow. Then on Sunday and Monday, that like this is basically going to be a race pretty much back to back, and then the space, and then the race. The young man, Albin Spaffel, he's 19 years old. His birthday was just a few days ago. So he's the youngest rider in the race. He was able to follow, and he was smart enough. So basically, the crazy thing is the rider at the front knows that if he, like starts saying, take a pull, then they're going to get caught. So he knows he has to keep going, and then he's got to keep going and duke it out towards the end, towards the, as they get closer to the line. So Albin was just smart. He just kept riding, just stuck on his wheel, sat on his wheel. I mean, for such a young man to be so clever, so smart. But the crazy thing is, you only get that get out of jail card free once. So he basically, I think the senior rider was, I'm saying senior rider because Albin is still a junior rider. This year he done the youth race for the Paris Roubaix. So here he just jumps the Groupama rider. He just jumps the rider, and he just knows he has this, and everyone's trying to catch him, and he goes on to win his first race as a or in the senior ranks. I don't even think he's a senior rider yet. So, but to see him win this race, 19 years old, the youngest rider in the race. And then just the other day we had Lewis Askey from the UK riding for Groupama, like another young rider winning his first pro race. I mean, the youngsters are just coming through and taking care of business, and it's so exciting to see. And what's even more exciting, tomorrow we're going to get to see Benny in action. I'm not quite sure what he's going to do, but you know we want him to win tomorrow. So that's what we're putting down. I'm going to go into Pro Cyclist, pick my picks, and I'm going to put Benny for, I'm not going to put him top five. I'm going to put him to win. I'm going to put him top of the top five. So we'll see who shows up tomorrow and what legs Benny shows up with tomorrow. Anyway, this is Ennis Louis, Savage Legs Media. I appreciate you. Make sure you hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And then tomorrow we'll be back with the same thing and bring you all of the races that happen at the end of the day. All right, see you tomorrow.